Hey guys, your girl DDB is back again. And for today's video, I decided that I would get a little personal, and I wanted to remind people, since it's been like a year since I started my YouTube channel. I'm really nervous for this video. I wanted to remind people what my motivation was for starting this channel and why I really wanted to start it, and what really inspires me. So basically for this video, I'm going to tell my story and what I went through as a person, and so why I am doing my YouTube channel and why I'm doing this right now. Why am I so nervous? I've never been so nervous for a video before. When growing up, when I was a little kid, I went to school in LA. I went to this school called Wilson Place, my elementary school. And as you can say, disclaimer, I hope I don't offend anyone. This video is just to let my story out. This is not for, what would I say? This is not for me to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just trying to tell my story. Sorry if I offend anyone. But growing up, I've always been that child, the big child, the one everyone was like easy to make fun of. I've always been the person that people would bully, easy to push around, because I was very insecure. In elementary school, I remember vividly, like, I would play around with little kids and they wouldn't play with me just because of the simple fact that I was too big, because I was fat. I was labeled as a fat black girl, you know? When you're little, when people do shit like that to you, you take that to heart, like it really affects you. And you don't realize what it does to you until you get older. But they would always bully me. They told me like, oh, you're fat, oh, you're this. They'd always make fun of the fact that I was black, and my hair, they would call my hair a rabbit tail because I would have like the little poof, you know, ball bun. Every day I'd go to school, I just wait for the moment someone would pick at me. I would wait for the moment someone would make fun of how I look, would make fun of my size, make fun of the fact that I was Nigerian, and make fun of it. And it's like, I realized, not that I realized, I would notice that it really brought down my confidence. People always made fun of me in elementary school. I didn't know what to do. Oh, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. People don't realize what it means when people don't realize how much it hurts when you're bullied, and when you start to question like yourself, you start to question your life, you start to question like everything, the person that you are. And when I was in elementary school, it was so bad, and when I got to middle school, it got even worse, because I let what they say get to me, and I would be that one kid who just sat by herself, who didn't want to talk to anyone, who didn't want to socialize with anyone, because of the simple fact that I let myself believe that I was ugly, that I wasn't worth it, that I wasn't beautiful. My parents would help me out and tell me like, you are beautiful, there's nothing wrong with you, but it was already ingrained in my head that I wasn't worth it, and I took that to heart. And I think about it now, and it hurts that I had to go through that shit, and so many other people go through it. And the thing is, they don't realize that they're not alone. Like, other people go through this. Like, I went through it, so many other people went through it. Oh Jesus, I did not expect to cry. But people don't realize that like bullying hurts, depression is real. Like, even though people may see me and they're like, oh Chidera, why are you so happy? You're always happy. And it's like, it's easier to look happy than to genuinely be happy. Like, that's just what I thought about myself. And so I started to carry that on. But my sister would help me out a lot. Thank you, would help me out a lot. And she would tell me that I was worth it. Oh God, this is so hard. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. But my sister would help me out. She would say that you are beautiful, you are worth it. But it was very hard because I never believed in myself. And it's really hard to believe something that you've never been used to. When you're so used to people telling you that you're ugly, you're worthless, you're fat, you're this, made fun of whatever it was on your body, your hair, no matter what it was something to make fun of. And when even family members, even when they try to encourage you, it's so hard because you made yourself believe something that people told you. And the worst part is not people who are close to you, it's random people. And I feel like when random people tell you things, it hurts more. I would join softball, basketball, soccer, track, just to hope, in the hope that I would lose weight and be thinner and be what pretty was, and follow that whole guideline. And then after middle school, I went into high school, and when I went into high school, my freshman year, with the assumption in my head that I wasn't worth it, that I was ugly, I would go to the restroom stalls and eat by myself. Every day when I would get lunch, I would eat lunch by myself. I would get lunch and go inside the restroom stall, in the biggest restroom stall, and I would eat there by myself because I felt like even if I tried to talk to people, they wouldn't like me, they wouldn't like who I was, they wouldn't accept me because of how I looked. I wouldn't fit in with the in group. I mean, it was so much because I already implemented in myself that I wasn't worthy, that I was ugly, I wasn't, and it's so hard to get out of that habit. Like, it's incredibly hard. I'm still trying to get out of it now. I question a lot about myself, what I wanted to be in life, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to really, why God put me on this earth, this planet, why God put me here, what did he want me to do? And after freshman year, sophomore year came, and I was like, Chidera, and I've been trying to and I really was in search to gain confidence. And sophomore year came, and our school had a speech and debate team, and I joined it. And Lord, I thank God so much for that speech and debate team, because the people I met, Ashley, Hang This Up, Rosie, Cardenas, Tosh, Matthew, everyone that I met in speech and debate, they're amazing people. And the thing is, with speech and debate, because you are being judged on your performance and what you do, you have to have thick skin, because if you don't, whatever those judges may say about you, may write on those ballots, whatever it is that they say will affect you, and you will be like, holy shit, like, what am I doing, And when I joined speech and debate, it was a life-changing moment, because it not only taught me how to grow this thick skin and accept criticism for what it is, it gave me the ability to understand that you need to grow up. People may say all these things about you, but it's up to you to make that change, to make that difference. And realizing that, I was like, you know what, Chidera, happiness and what people say about you are two different things. Why don't you learn to be happy with who you are first before you start to worry about everyone else is saying, when you start to, And I remember I would ask people in high school, hey, do you think I'm pretty? And they'd be like, yeah, you're pretty for a black girl. And to me, being someone who already was number one, why'd I ask if I was pretty or not? Do I need someone's permission to let me know whether I'm pretty or beautiful? And second, the fact that people would say, oh yeah, you're pretty for a black girl. I didn't know the power of it until now. Not now, but until after they said it. And I was just like, you're pretty for a black girl, so what is the assumption that all black girls are ugly? I don't understand what you're saying. And so speech and debate really helped me get out of the whole phase of thinking and knowing that I was ugly or worthless or whatever it was. And I started to work on who Chidera was. I started to understand. Once the junior year came around, I started to work on who I was. I started to work on my confidence. I started to work on what I wanted to stand for. Junior year, it was a turning point for me, because I finally was getting a hold of who Chidera was and what I wanted to do. And the summer break before junior year, before I started junior year, I cried so many times, and my sister was there to help me out and tell me, Chidera, shut up, you're stupid. Don't ever think you're not worth it. Don't ever think you're not beautiful. Don't ever think that you can't do anything. And I thank her so much for that, because if it wasn't for my sister, I don't know. If it wasn't for my family in general, I don't know. There was something inside me that said, Chidera, speak for what you know. Speak for what you've been through. And I started clubs in high school. I started the empowerment club where it's for people who have ever been bullied, who've ever been told that they can't make it anywhere, can't be anything based on their looks, based on how they are as a person. People don't typically talk about what they've been through and how it made them feel. It's just people want to be happy and cover up what's not okay. And I realize now that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to hurt, it's okay to feel, it's okay to go through shit. Like, that's life. You're supposed to go through shit. It's not gonna be easy. Once I started those clubs, I started finding who Chidera was. I feel like the cycle of even confidence as a whole is a big old roller coaster. But yeah, I felt like once I got into college and like freshman year came around, it went downhill because I got so scared again. I was worried about what people were saying of me, about what I looked like, because it's like you start the high school process all over again. You go back to being a freshman. For like the summer before sophomore year, I said I need to motivate. I need to be more. And I said, you know what, Chidera, tell your story, be who you are, empower, love, do makeup, do whatever it is that you're good at, but do it with love. Do it so people can understand where you're coming from, so people can see your world, see your perspective, and hope that it would inspire them to be more, you know? And I don't want anyone to say, oh, I want to be like you, Chidera, I want to be like you. It's more so, be the best version of yourself. Like, that's what I tell many people, and that's what I have to tell myself in order to gain the confidence that I have now. Sophomore year, I decided to do like a dedication, and I decided to post every day, and I read this book called I Declare by Joel Osteen, and it had 31 promises to speak over your life. And basically, I believe in God, I'm sorry to those who don't, but basically you talk about it. It's like a day, well, 31 days, and I decided to break it up into a whole month for 31 days within the month. And each day I would read one dedication, and then with that I would do a journal, and then after that I would pray, because I wanted to be I was seeking for like a better me, a better Chidera, so I can be happy, genuinely happy. And then after that, I was like, you know what, Chidera, make a YouTube channel. And that's when I started it last year, January 21st, I believe. And that's when I posted my very first video. And I guess from that point on, I said, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. And I was like, this is where I'm meant to be, I feel as though. And not just only in front of the camera doing YouTube videos, but on a broader, like on a bigger scale, as in becoming a talk show host. That's what I want to do, to inspire people. But if you have a purpose for what you're doing in life, and you have a drive and you have a reason for it, there should be nothing stopping you, you know? And so once I realized that and I started my YouTube channel, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. But however, what people don't really pay attention to is the process within having a YouTube channel. I didn't really post consistently. When I would post, I would just record videos just to get it out the way. And that's why I had posted an I'm sorry video, because I felt as though I was becoming someone that I didn't want to be. I was becoming someone that I thought people would like. I was becoming someone that people would be like, oh, okay, you know, and want to watch. But little did I know, I was losing views, and I wasn't really getting to the level that I really wanted to get to, because I was worried about what other people thought and what they would say about me. But I decided that I would share one journal, and I think this was my first journal that I had did. And I just want to read y'all something, just so you guys can get a sense of like where my head was at and what I was thinking. Okay, I just recently started this too. This was written on January 11th, 2017.
And I said, okay, what I have realized about myself is that during the times where I would seem confident, it was me comparing myself to others and picking out their flaws. And if I were better than them in any way, I would become more confident. It was basically false hope of confidence, because it obviously did not last me as long as it should have. Knowing what my goals are in life, I need to stop being lazy and actually put in the work for it, because if I want to make it in this world, only I have the power to do it. Posting a video on YouTube whenever I want to is not going to cut it. I need to make time for recording and editing so that videos are constantly being posted. I'm tired of waiting for things to change when the reality of it is I need to change for the better. I am lazy and procrastinate too much. true. I'm getting sick and tired of playing the same old game of saying one thing and doing another. I know that God placed me in this world to do and be more, but that is not going to happen if I continue to be this lazy procrastinator. As I am writing this, with all these thoughts flowing through my head, I have doubted so much. I have doubted my capabilities, my future, my dreams, aspirations, and whether my life was even worth living. I am terrified as to where this thing called life will lead me. But the thing is, I'm realizing that life doesn't lead you. You lead life. Take control of what it is exactly you want to control in your life. People are always saying, oh, I don't know where my life will lead me, but you do know. My dad always told me, as you make your bed, so you must lie on it. That in itself can be either taken literally or even figuratively. The ways in which you practice will determine your future. I know who I am and where I'm going to be. The thing now is putting in the work. Although I may be scared, it is a step that needs to be taken in order for me to gain confidence within myself and my work. God is on my side, and it's about time I give him the attention he needs. I can't ask for specific things from God, but all I know is he has full control of my life. And my prayer to him now is, God, I'm sorry for losing and forgetting you. The life you have planned for me is one that will be filled with things that I will be so proud of. You have full control of me and the things I will do. God, please continue to work through me in whatever way possible. I'm sorry for losing the connection we once had. Thank you for, no, that we once had. Thanks for all that you do for me and those around me. I love you, fam. Thanks, God. As I pray to God, it is now time to get to work because life is only beginning for me. I'm not fully prepared now, but I'm ready for whatever it is I need to do in order to reach my goals. Life doesn't lead you, you lead life.
So, with that being said, I just wanted to put my story out there. I wanted you guys to see where I was coming from. And I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And now that I've told my story, I've decided to do is add another segment to my YouTube channel where I would sit with some of my friends, one or two or whoever it may be, and they would be able to tell their own stories. And it's not going to be serious and dramatic all the time like mine was and I cried, but it's going to be funny, you know. The next video I'm posting is going to be with my girl Ginika, my cousin Ginika, and it's basically her own journey and road to confidence and where she is now and how she feels about it, you know, and all those things. So I really hope this video inspired people. But thanks for watching. I love you guys, and make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't watched my last video, which was my dad does my voiceover, please check it out. I will put the link right in the description box below, so make sure you check that out as well. Thanks for watching. Peace. Oh, I got through it. Lord Jesus knows that was hard.